English by the Nature Method by Arthur M. Jensen. Brought to you by Ayan Academy.
Chapter 30. At the Hotel. Mr. Miller. We are now in the street where our hotel is. All the buildings we have passed the last 3 or 4 minutes are hotels. This part of the town is well known for its many cheap hotels. It is called Bloomsbury, and is situated between the West End and the city. It is an advantage for travelers to live at a hotel in this part of London because they can get to the big shops and the cinemas and theaters of the West End quickly, and they also have the advantage of being able to get to the offices in the city easily. That was why I chose this hotel the first time I came to London. I had to choose between several hotels situated in different parts of the town, and I thought this the best one to choose. A good friend of mine had recommended it very much, and since then I have recommended it myself to people who are going to England, as it is a good hotel and very cheap too. In this way I have become good friends with the hotel keeper. But here you see the hotel. They went inside, and the hotel keeper, who was sitting in his office, greeted Mr. Miller, saying, "Good evening, Mr. Miller. I am glad to see you in London." Then he greeted the 3 young men with the words, "How do you do, gentlemen? I am glad to see you too." To Mr. Miller's question about the rooms he replied, "Your 2 rooms are ready. Mr. Miller, a single room for you, and a double room for your 3 friends. I have put an extra bed into the double room, as you asked me to." To the 3 others he explained, "Mr. Miller wanted me to make it as cheap as possible, and because we are good friends, I agreed to put you all in a double room, and then give you a cheaper price. I have never agreed to do that before. Therefore, I must ask you not to speak about it to other people." Mr. Miller: "We had better go to our rooms now to wash, and then we should like to have something to eat. When is dinner?" Hotel keeper: "Dinner is served between 7 and 8:30. While we are speaking of meals, breakfast is served between 8 and 10, and lunch is served between 12 and 2. If you would like a cup of tea early in the morning when you get up, you can easily have one. But perhaps you do not want to get up early while you are here? What do you say, gentlemen? Do you want to get up early or late in the morning?" Mr. Miller: "We want to see as much as possible while we are here. Therefore we shall get up early in the morning." Hotel keeper: "Then you can have an early cup of tea if you like. Many Englishmen like to have that." Brown: "That would be a good idea. We should like to live as far as possible as the English do." Hotel keeper: "All right. Now I will call the porter and tell him to take your bags to your rooms." They were glad to see that they had got a nice large double room with hot and cold running water. Wood: "Well, this is going to be our home for the next 2 weeks. It is nice here, isn't it?" Storm: "Yes, and a nice hotel keeper too. I think it is very nice of him to give us a cheaper price, because we are all 3 in one room, when he has never agreed to that before." Brown went to the window and was surprised when he looked out of it. "Well, one would not think this was London. I thought that we should have had a view from our window of streets full of people, and that there would be high buildings in all directions. Come and have a look at it." Wood: "Yes, I must say this is very surprising. How beautiful the view is! It is no wonder that the 3 friends were surprised at the view from their window. It was a garden with tall trees, and everything was so quiet that it was difficult for them to understand that they were in London, the largest city in the world." Brown: "I think we shall sleep well tonight. It is so quiet here. and I must say that I am a little tired after having traveled all day. Storm: Yes, I am both tired and sleepy. Wouldn't it be a good idea to go to bed shortly after dinner and then get up early tomorrow morning? I think Mr. Miller will agree with us in that. And he was right. An hour and a half later, they were all in their beds, happy but tired.